I think.
He didn't say 80 years old and still looking good. Thank you, sweetie. I just want to thank you all for coming. These guys who put this together, they're one of the most tremendous group of individuals that I've had the luck to come upon for a long, long time. And I think I mentioned to you last night that the way this came about was that we went through the pandemic. And coming through that pandemic, we were together for at least a year every week, where we were talking to each other, seeing each other, raising money for other people, and just doing good. And as a result of that year that we were together, a year and a half, I don't know how long it was, we just fell in love with each other. And when we realized we were in love with each other, we decided, how can we spend more time together? And as a result of that, we decided to do this. Now, we have not had a family reunion in a long, long time. But if you'll turn around, there's a picture on the wall back here. That's from the family reunion in 2003 in Washington, D.C. We went to Washington, D.C. in 2003, almost 20 years ago. And before that, we went to Chicago, Illinois, Gary, Indiana, other places. Where else did we go? Yeah. So, but it's been a while. Stone Mountain, somebody said. But one of the problems with waiting 20 years to give to people is that when you see them again, you don't recognize them, they don't recognize you, you don't know who you're talking to. So, but I do want to thank the committee. Now, who is the committee? Let us see you. Vincent, Derek, Eddie, Leslie, yeah, Vivian, okay,
and Tony.
And Tony. Yeah, is that everybody? Yes. Now, I know I have a tendency to exaggerate when it comes to this family because they're so terrific. But honestly, when I say this, when you got this group of people together doing a project like this, and you just sit back and see what they're doing, it's absolutely astonishing. The kind of work that they put in for this reunion, just a wonderful group of people. But I also want to thank those of us who are not family members, but who are here today too to help us out with this, and including Leon Seeley, my good buddy here. Yeah, you guys, if you don't know Leon, you get to know him. You should know him. Terrific person. We're gonna have a disc jockey. What's his name?
DJ Tron.
DJ Tron. Who's one of the most
popular Atlanta-based DJs
in the area, right?
In the area.
So you gotta stay around and listen to the music. We're also gonna have, you've tasted the food. You can see what these people can do.
Tell about 95 South.
Okay, we know we're talking about you. But these group of people, they produce outstanding food. Anybody else outside the family who's working with the family to put this together?
Right here.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
I'm in the family, but I'm still working.
All right. But I just want to thank, I just want to thank all of you who put this thing together and all of those who are here today to do this. Now, Ashley did something today that was really cute with the questions about the family. I want to try something else. There are a lot of young people here today, people under 10, 12 years old, and I want to have them have their questions answered about who they are in the family, because people, they know they're here today, they know mom and dad is here, they know their grandpa is here, and they've heard a couple things, but they don't really understand where they fit in with the family. Where do I fit in? How did I get here? Who is my grandma? Who's my grandpa? So I want to have some of you ask some questions. Who doesn't really understand how you fit into the family? Who doesn't know who you are?
I think most of them got way down there.
So they don't want to know. Yeah. But Leslie, we do want to ask some questions for them. Yeah. Because there are a lot of you who's not coming up here who don't know, but you're afraid to ask. Yeah. Yeah. She's going to get some of them to come up and tell us who they are. I know. We're going to try to find out.
It's okay, I got you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, the young people, you got them?
Y'all come up here, all you young.
Okay, all the young people, I want them right up here.
All of you guys, let's go.
People under 21. We say under 21.
Y'all gonna pull my shit?
Okay.
Y'all gonna pull my shit? Y'all gonna pull my shit like that?
All the young people. Where you going at? Okay. Okay. You got him? What's the question? Okay, listen.
Just hold back where you are.
Okay, everybody, can everybody hear us? The question is, for all of you who do not know who you really are and what your background is, who your grandparents are, or great-grandparents, tell us a little bit about who you think you are. And ask us questions about something about your grandparents and your great-grandparents. I don't know you. Tell me your name.
Yeah, my name is Tony. I'm. That sounds like old school. We say, get on the mic. My name is Tony. I'm Kira's son. Keisha's nephew. Yeah. Grand's like great nephew. Anzora. So I'm like a great nephew, I think. I'm pretty sure.
There's 3 greats.
When everybody was on the Zoom call for her 100th birthday, me and my brother Antoine, we were helping facilitate it because she didn't know how to use the technology. So yeah, so we was behind the scenes. Y'all might have seen us a little bit, but yeah, we was So, but it's nice hearing all the stories about everybody's background because yeah, we don't really know too much. But yeah, so we don't really got too many questions. We just learning everything.
And who is your mother?
Kira. She's sitting in the back. Mom, can you please stand up, Mom? Please stand up and wave, please. Stand up, Mom. Stand up.
That's Joyce's
Yeah.
daughter.
Yes. Yeah. Joyce's daughter.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
How many of you know who Anzora is? Anybody not know who Anzora is? Anzora is Stephen Mays' daughter, and she's 101 years old now and lives in New Jersey. And she's my father's sister, the baby sister. Yeah.
And I just want to thank my Auntie Keisha for always taking care of Gran. Where's Auntie? Yeah, Anzora. Where's Auntie Keisha? Wave, Auntie. Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Who else? Okay, come on. So tell us who you are.
I'm Victoria.
Victoria who?
Victoria Batiste.
Okay. Now how are you related to the family?
By my Gmail and my mother.
Now, who is your mother?
Mariah.
Mariah is your mother?
Mom, please stand up.
Where is she? Okay. And who is your grandmother?
Gigi Mom! And my grandma is over there.
Deidre. Okay. So you're the great grandmother? Okay. That's the great grandmother, and Deidre's the grandmother. Okay. And Mariah's the mother. Okay. Now, who is Robert?
G-Pop.
Okay. There he is. That's your great grandfather? Okay. Okay, good. Do you want to tell us anything else?
I love my family, and I bless them with all God.
Did you write a book? Did you write a book?
Yeah.
What's the name of it? What's the name of your book?
Victoria and Auntie, it's a book about me and my auntie having fun.
Tell them about your book. Tell them about your book.
You want to tell us about it?
Tell them about your book.
I did.
She says that she and her auntie having fun.
Tell them to buy it.
Yeah. Where can we buy it, Victoria? Where can we buy the book? Amazon?
What's the book called?
Okay.
What's the name of the book?
Okay. I'm going to bother one of my granddaughters. Oh, Mario want to go? Okay.
I should do like an introduction first.
You should do what? Sure.
My name is Mario Jr. I'm Leslie's son.
Where's Leslie?
Leslie. Oh,
Leslie?
wait. Raise your hand again. Okay. I'm AJ and Maxine's grandson. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it. Yeah, and then my question that I have is for Uncle Jim. My question is, where'd you go to law school and why?
I didn't expect that. I went to the University of Iowa for law school. Before that, I had gone to Clark Atlanta University here in Atlanta. And these schools, when I was in school, they weren't necessarily that popular. Black schools weren't necessarily that popular. But they're very popular today. HBCUs, everybody's jumping on HBCUs. And when I went there, I was just so happy to be there. But I got a scholarship to Iowa. I got a scholarship to Iowa. They asked me to come, gave me a full scholarship, and I finished law school in Iowa. Yeah. That's a great question. I never expected that. You want to tell us something other than about your mother and dad, anything else? Who's your dad?
My dad's Mario Sr. Over there in that blue hat and the jorts. Yeah.
Wait. I know. Tell us about your investment.
I'm a young, successful investor. Me and some of my buddies, our parents started an investment club for us. We were like 6, 7 years old. Been investing for over 10 years now. We were featured on the news like a few months ago. So it's going well. It's going well.
Where are you going to go to school?
I want to go to either Wisconsin or Miami. Oh, and I like to major in business and finance, either finance or commercial real estate.
So what year are you in school now?
I'm a senior in high school.
So next year you'll be going, this year I guess. Yeah, next year.
Got a bunch of seniors.
Okay,
You got a bunch of seniors.
how many?
You got about 4 or 5 seniors in the group.
Who are the seniors? Okay, Ileana, you want to say something?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, this is Ileana.
Hi, I'm Ileana. If you can't tell by my face, I'm little Vivian, right there. His daughter. I'm, can you?
Grandma?
Hi. Okay, I am, can I say your name?
Now, yes.
Okay, I'm Karen, and they're on Eddie. Ed's granddaughter. I'm a senior in high school. I'm older than Mario by like, what, 2 months? My dog is right there. His name is Sebastian. What else? I'm a senior in high school. I'm about to graduate next year. And I'm planning on going to UVA or William & Mary to dual major in English and sociology, and then I'm going to go to law school. Hopefully, I'll go to either UVA for law school or NYU, and I'm going to study contract and business law.
I got another statement.
Oh, I want to thank everybody for coming and everybody who helped. And my question is for the lawyers in the family, because I know we have a few. Yeah. My question is, what was your favorite thing that you learned before becoming a lawyer?
Jackie? Where's Jackie? Jackie, you want to say something?
Hey everybody, before I went to law school, I think you need to have an interest in what's going on in your community. And so I know I'm gonna speak a little bit tomorrow, I think, but I just urge all of you all to go out and vote. Don't take that for granted. We have people in the family on both sides who, you know, just were in the forefront of the civil rights movement. I know a lot of people think that, you think about Dr. King and think about Atlanta, but a lot of the work that happened in the civil rights in Georgia actually started down in Albany and in Blakely, and so, you know, like Major Brown and Oliver Brown and Vera Brown and that side of the family. But people died and fought and gave up a lot in order for us to be able to help decide our future. And so for me, understanding the politics about what's going on in your communities is extremely important. So that was what prompted me to go to law school. But again, we ask all of you to stay active in your communities and do what you can do, okay? Don't take it for granted because folk out here ain't taking it for granted. Don't take it for granted that what you can do and should be doing is always going to be there. Long answer.
I think Vivian took some courses in law school. Where's Vivian? Vivian, did you hear the question about?
I did.
Okay, ask your question again. Ask your question on Vivian again.
My question was, like, what's one thing that you're grateful that you learned before going into, like, your pursuit of law?
Grateful that I learned. I think I was grateful that I learned that everything that you do in life, if you're a business person, if you're a doctor, anything, whatever line of business that you're in, you need to know something about the law. It touches you in every aspect of your life every day, things that you don't think about. So that's really the big thing that I learned before going to law school.
Let's see. Okay. Come on.
Oh, like one last thing. While I'm up here and my voice can reach everybody, I just wanted to thank you for everyone who sowed a seed that was able to that allowed me to go to Stanford this summer for a program for law and intensive trial, and everyone who sowed a seed or wanted to sow a seed or just, you know, is present in my educational efforts. I just wanted to say thank you.
Okay, this is my last question. As I look around, I see a lot of successful African American, people, all my family, and I just want to know, me being a freshman in college, what is one piece of advice, anyone can answer this question, that you would give to like any young person to, just any piece of advice? Yes.
This is one that I say to young people wherever I go. If you want to look at your success, look at your 5 closest friends. If your 5 closest friends are murderers, you'll be the 6th one. If your 5 closest friends are millionaires, you will be a millionaire. It is called the law of averages. So you must keep the company of what you want to be. Now, a lot of times folks that are in poverty or whatnot say, well, I don't see any millionaires. I don't know how to reach them. There are a lot of black men and black women in the neighborhoods or in organizations that would love to mentor you if you reach out to them. So my advice is keep the company that you want to be.
Thank you so much. Okay, I've gotten the word that we've got to cut this off. But let me just say 2 things. One of them, answer your question, Ileana, about what I thought was most important in law school. The thing that I thought was most important, the thing that I saw, the people who were finishing number 1 and 2 in my class were people, surprisingly, who were English majors. People who are reading and writing they were the ones who were doing best in law school. And so it frightens me a little bit when I see people with these telephones all the time who I don't think are doing any writing. And I'm a little worried about that. If you're not writing, you ought to take some time and do some writing. Do a whole lot of reading, and don't be prejudiced. Try to read everything you can read. And you're going to be surprised how well you do in law school if you just read and write. It doesn't have to be calculus. It doesn't have to be all these other strange kind of courses that people take. Learn how to read and write. Okay, now I just want to say this in closing. Last night you saw me with my cane. Today I don't have my cane. And I'm just trying to be vain. And trying to be cute. And I don't want people to see how old I am. But I want to use that as a message to you. 20 years ago when we had family reunion, if you see my picture up there, I'm looking like a young, strapping young guy. And 20 years later, I'm looking a little older. So I want to say to you, take advantage of the time that you have in that 20 years. Take advantage of everything you're doing. And you're going to find out that you're going to be much further along if you don't just skip that 20 years and try not to be the person you ought to be. Okay? Use it. And the question I'm getting from listening to all of you in here, though, I don't have to worry about that. All of you are really taking care of business, and I'm just going to be pulling for you. So good luck and take advantage of life. Don't let it slip you past. Okay. Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you. Give Uncle Jimmy a round of applause. Uncle Jimmy has been my mentor for a very long time. And if you have not had the opportunity to have one-on-ones with him, please take this time today to speak with him. One thing I do want to mention, if you have not downloaded the QR code for the pictures, we want everyone here to become a photographer of this event. Upload your pictures. We'll have these sitting around. All you have to do is take a picture of the QR code. It'll help you download, and all pictures that you want to upload, you'll be able to do that. Now, one of the things we have to do, Uncle Jimmy just showed you a picture from 20 years ago. And for those of you in the back, you may not be able to see it. Today, it's time to take that same picture for those of us who are here today. When you look at the picture from 20 years ago, there are some of us who are not here. There are some of us who've gotten older. Some of us have gone through life issues. All of us are on a path. And what we want to do is take this opportunity to capture this moment, because we will never have this moment again. Today, we've had some incredible breakthroughs. People feeling like, my God, isn't God powerful? Well, we want to capture that in a picture. So if you would help me out, and if you will move where my brother is, Eddie, hold your hand up. I want everyone who can hear me, and even if you can't, I want you to start moving towards where Eddie is. He's going to line you up in size so we can make sure we get everyone captured who's here today. Everyone okay?